Hey guys, what is going on and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do this video for a long time and I've been filming all day and I just thought like now would be the perfect time to do this. If my glam looks weird, it's because I filmed a video previous to this and I just felt like this video was just needed because what is the best concealer for a deeper skin tone? What gives us that satisfaction? What snatches our eyes and fills up our bank accounts and pays our direct debits? We just don't know, but concealers can definitely hide our bags, hide our, our emotions. It can hide everything. So if you guys want to know what my top 5 concealers for deeper skin tones are, keep on watching. So hey Pooh, you know what, if you can hear the fan, it's because it's Lucifer's playground at the moment. London is hotter than an oven, it's hotter than just hell. If you guys like this heat, you are truly preparing yourselves for hell. Anyway, yeah, so I put on Twitter about months ago, like, what is your guys' favorite concealer? If you had to put it down to it, I had so many. I had Hourglass, McGrath, Too Faced, Beautyblender, so many concealers, and I've been testing that concealers for a while now. And I would say, hold on, what's that? I would probably say, I'm not a concealer connoisseur, but I kind of know what concealers kind of work for me and what kind of don't. And I don't really like, I don't like a sheer concealer. What? I can deal with a sheer foundation, but we ain't finna do sheer concealers. I don't need to spend 25 minutes building up a concealer for full coverage. That ain't gonna happen, Pooh. So we're gonna get into these concealers. Cheapest, actually, I'm gonna start Drugstore to like mid-end to like. Okay, so I'm not gonna set all of these, but I'm gonna show you what they look like because they set perfectly. You've probably seen me use them all in the video. The first one has to be the CoverGirl True Blend Concealer. This concealer is fucking amazing. Excuse my French, but I bought so many shades. I've got this shade and I've got cappuccino. The shade range is amazing for concealing. This video is all about highlighting. Obviously, if you want to, anyone can get a concealer to match their skin tone, but people use concealers to contour and highlight, and this is a highlighting video. So I'm going to show you this shade first, and this is called Caramel. Yeah, it's called Caramel D100. You can't get this in the UK, but the best thing to do if you are in the UK and you want this, make an Amazon US account and have it delivered to a UK address, because that's the only thing that worked for me, because I was going to get one of my friends from the US to buy it and send it to me, but I didn't want to give them that pressure. But this concealer dries hella fast. When I say hella fast, it will dry faster than a man can leave you the next day. That's how fast it will go. So I'm going to blend this out. I would probably say with most concealers, it's probably good to let them dry, but with this one, it's really good as an eyeshadow base, but I just wouldn't let it dry. I remember one time a delivery guy came and I had the concealer on and I actually forgot I actually had it on, and then he was like, oh, you've got something on your face, and I was just like, wait, what? And then when I sat down, the concealer dried so fast that I had to, I don't think Fix Plus maybe could like get it back into check. But I just feel like this is best to start over, because once the concealer dries and you're trying to like maneuver it, it's not really going to be the same. This concealer is really, really nice. I do think with this concealer, less is more. Definitely build up a layer and then try again. Don't put too much in at once, because it will have your under eye looking like, what was that movie called? Lion, Witch and a Wardrobe. Or have your eyes looking like Narnia. Very, very mad. So I have to finish with there. So cute. This is probably one of the best Drugstore concealers. I'm going to zoom in for you. You guys can see my skin and my direct debits. It's so beautiful. You can really build this up and set it. So I'll probably say this concealer for Drugstore is just so good, and it covers my under eye circles so nicely. I find that with this concealer I don't have to use a corrector, so it's just so cute. And by the way, I just want to say thank you guys for all the love on the vlog. I just don't know. I would never expect that so much love from you guys. It's kind of like, I don't know, obviously I'm still just starting out, but it was just so much love. I'm vlogging this week. This week probably won't be as interesting, but obviously I'm gonna just take it around with me. And I don't know, I hope you guys stay in this journey with me, and I love you guys so much. That's all I want to say. Okay, so the next concealer is, obviously we're going on to a bit more expensive. I was going to put the e.l.f. concealer in there, but I just feel like the CoverGirl one just kind of beat it by a mile. But I love that e.l.f. concealer. And this is the Beautyblender concealer. I have been using this. I haven't been using it in tutorials, but I've been using this in like real life. And this concealer, I kept asking, why do so much people keep talking about this, I've used it, but I didn't give it the chance. I gave it a step, but I didn't give it the stairs. So I used the shade Deep Amber 4W30. I think this isn't my highlight shade. Okay, I've got it. Sorry, no, I use 415 Tan Sienna. There's so many shades, but the shade range in this is good, but I don't like when there's numbers with shades. It's a bit confusing, so I'm just gonna put this concealer on like that. I think this concealer ranges from about £25. Everything will be linked down below, but this concealer is so good, guys. It's just bouncy and it blends in with a lot of foundations just seamlessly. So I'm gonna use this sponge. As you can see, it blends out like such a dream. This is a bit more on the thicker side, so you can definitely wait for it to dry. You can literally use a bit of a fan like this and definitely just leave it to dry, because it's I would say it's not dewy and it's not drying, but it's definitely in the mid-range of like natural. But I like it. It's really whipped and it's really bouncy. But I'm just gonna blend that out again. I'm probably just gonna do one eye for these looks because my eye is gonna be so sore by the end of this. Can you just see how beautiful that blends? Like this color is stunning, like so stunning. And what I like to do with the ends, you can probably just take a brush and really just get into the corners if you wanna do an extra blend. This is a Milk Makeup concealer brush. This is a Sephora collection one, so they don't sell this here in the UK. They sent this to me and I feel like these brushes are so good. But yeah, that is a concealer there. Like make sure your concealer's blended up. But I do feel like with this one, you can build it up quite nicely. So you guys see, so nice. It just looks natural. You guys know back in the day I used to love like a proper mad bright under eye, but with this, I feel like it depends. It's always good to go in with like a mid to light range concealer, because when you set it anyway, that's what umps it up. Do you know what I mean? So I would say this concealer is probably like one of my favorites at the moment. It's so great. Okay, so the next concealer is one, if you haven't used it, then I need you to switch off this screen, obviously subscribe before you do it, and maybe go on, maybe FaceTime one of your siblings and ask them why you haven't used this damn concealer. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This concealer is just so iconic. I've been using a few different shades. I've been using, what is it? I can't find my concealers today. I feel like I'm acting very mad. I've been using Chestnut and Mocha, but I can't find Mocha, but I use Chestnut because it's one of the safest colors, especially if you're my skin tone, to use and get. I feel like it's very similar to an NC4. It has a really weird smell. It's a nice smell. I like it because it reminds me of, I don't know, it smells of something, but anyway. This is very similar to an NC45 in Too Faced form, maybe a tiny bit lighter. With this concealer, just put a little bit on and let it dry, because this concealer is it's not matte at all. It's very hydrating, which is amazing. If you suffer with dry eyes, I feel like anyone can really wear this concealer, no matter the age group. I feel like my mom wears it. I'm not sure on proper mature skins how this would look, because I've never actually seen my nan wear this, but she doesn't really wear makeup. But anyway, so what I normally do, oh my god, that almost broke. That was my other concealer. I will use a fan, and I'd maybe let this dry for maybe about a minute, just to get, because with this concealer, if you put too much on, you try and blend it. When I say the concealer will go from here to here, so I'll definitely try and make sure this concealer is definitely dried out, because you will get maximum coverage and it will just blend out a lot nicely. With this one now, I'd probably use a brush to blend this out, because you could use a sponge, but necessarily I would use a brush. This is a My Kitco brush, and what I normally do is I just kind of tap in, sweetie, but I kind of tap it in, because I don't like this concealer spreading, because it can spread. Have you heard that they're literally releasing a brand new matte one, well, a matte foundation, which is amazing. And then see, You see how nicely it blends once it's a bit dry. I've obviously got another fan on me that's on at the moment because it's hot in my apartment as hell. And then we can, obviously if you want more of a lifted effect, you can just kind of taper it out like that and then blend that out. Can you just see how easy it's blending? So easy. You can tell by the shine that it gives that it is a bit hydrating. And then see the brush has basically done all the work really. And then I'm just going to use this sponge to just basically get all the excess. See, this concealer, I used to be so obsessed with this concealer, but for me, I like this concealer more for daytime. I feel like, no, actually it's nice for daytime and nighttime, but it's just that it has to dry, and I want something that's gonna dry very quickly, but this concealer is so good, but I do find that I like applying more and more layers just to build it up, but it's so nice, guys. This is probably one of my favorite concealers ever, and the shade range is insane. Obviously, they introduced excuse me, Jackie Aina's color range into the concealer range, so it even made it more cute. Okay, so I would say that it's the next concealer. It's hard between both. These are in no ranking of favorites, so I just use them all. They're kind of on rotation, and I kind of like try and add a concealer that I use. I love so many concealers that haven't been in this video, like Juvia's Place, Hourglass, Elf. There's so many, but these are the ones that I've been rotating through that have a really good shade range and just are like not too expensive. So the next one is McGrath. Look at this, guys. This has been used and abused. I need to get another one, but they actually sent me a shade lighter than this because I wanted to try the one above this, which is 20, which is perfect, but this one is a really good highlight shade. But when I used this, I just thought I wanted something. Look, guys, it's literally finished. It's so finished, but this concealer is amazing. If you like the foundation, it's nothing like the concealer. Like, I do think she should bring out another foundation, which maybe she will, but the concealer is like full coverage, matte, more of a natural matte, but I feel like you child. Anyway, so I just love how small the one is. It's not too big, so you can really get into these nooks and crannies. I kind of do that as well. This concealer is a good one to drop. This has a smell, but it's not like crazy. But I don't know why I smell concealers. Am I a crackhead? But yeah, this concealer is so good, guys. So good. I'm gonna use. Should I use a brush again? I might use a different brush. I'm not sure what to use. Like, I'm not sure. I actually might just use a sponge. Okay, I'm gonna use a sponge. So I'm just gonna blend this out. I find that with this concealer, like, look at the coverage. It's probably like, I feel like everyone speaks about it, but again, it's so good. And like, I've got like the darkest shade, which is D36, I think. And that shade is so dark. Like, even the contour wave, I have to be really careful. But I'm just blending this out. I'm cleaning these sponges in between so the products aren't getting mixed up. But you guys have seen me use this a lot. Like, look how easy that was to blend out. Like, that's what I love. I think if I can blend out a concealer in less than 9 seconds, we're good to go. Like, the foundation I have on, by the way, is Double Wear mixed with the Morphe Skin Tint, and I do feel like different concealers will dry down differently depending on your foundation. But this concealer is so good. It actually works really well with Pat's one because her foundation is very dewy. So I would definitely say try and invest in the concealer first if you can't afford the foundation, because it is a really good buy. You can now get it in Selfridges, Net-a-Porter. I know in the US, I think it's Nordstrom, Saks. I don't know, it's Sephora. I ain't from the US, poo, but I know your store. Is it Sephora? Hold on, Saks, Nordstrom. What else are your like luxury retail stores? Barney's. But yeah, this concealer is amazing. Again, I would go for MD22 for a highlight shade if you're around my complexion. If you want it extra lighter, go for MD21's pink. I'd go for 20 if you want more of a yellow gold undertone, but this concealer is chef's kiss. Shout out to my girl Jouer for the next concealer. What am I saying? Jouer. I forgot what's her name wrong, but in my head it's something, but you know her. She's so beautiful. She's probably like one of the most beautifulest black girls ever. She looks like a Barbie doll. You guys know her on YouTube, like, period. Her last name's Notori, yeah? That's her YouTube name. I'll link her below anyway. But I've used the Jouer concealer before. I've actually reviewed this on my channel. But I've been watching a lot of her videos, and maybe it's a lot of her Instagram videos actually. And she is so good. Why am I sweating so much? She is really good at like base and concealer, and she always uses the Jouer concealer. I've had this in my drawer for so long, but I didn't have rich ginger. I just had ginger, and I actually purchased rich ginger because of her. This shade is a bit light though, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a shade I'd probably layer over another concealer. So I do have a dark one, but I can't find it, but I'm just gonna put this on anyway. Guys, Jouer, their concealer, I don't think gets spoken a lot about because they're not really sold here in a lot of stores in the UK. They're mostly sold in like Cult Beauty, Beauty Bay, not even Selfridges. I think just those two stores, but they're really popular in the US. And the team is so sweet. I've met Melissa, the owner of Jouer, before at Coachella, and the PR girl is just so sweet. So this is rich ginger, and I'm literally just gonna put some. Guys, this concealer is full. Like, this concealer is no joke. If you ain't about that blending life, and like you're a bit scared and you're deep diving, this concealer needs time and preparation. Like, okay, I'm just gonna do a tiny bit. Like, again, that's all I'm gonna do. Because a concealer like this, I wouldn't even leave it to dry, to be honest. I'd probably leave it just for a tiny moment, but there's just some concealers that you just do not leave. I'm trying to look for a concealer brush. Oh, there it is. This is it here. This is called the Conceal and Blend. And let me get my mirror. And I'm literally just gonna blend this down. What I like to do, I like to maneuver this concealer and where I'm gonna pull it first. So I'll put some on the nose if you're gonna do like a nose contour. And then we can kind of just go like that, just to fade it out. And so much people like different concealers for different reasons. Like, I know I'm in a chat with loads of like other like black beauty boys, and a lot of people love the Huda Beauty concealer. And I try to really use it, and I love the Huda Beauty concealer, but I think for me it's the applicator. I feel like if that concealer wasn't an applicator, it would be so amazing. But again, it's just, I think it dries a bit too fast for me, but it is a really good concealer. Like, I feel like it works really well with her foundation. But I'm actually going to use a Juno sponge because I really like a Juno sponge with a Jouer concealer, just because of the coverage. This sponge won't make the product spread as much. So I'm literally just, see? So cute. Okay, again, you can see it's a tiny bit brighter than my skin tone. This comes in so many shades, and their foundation is amazing. Again, it's one of those foundations where it's so full coverage that you have to have your right shade, because I feel like if you have a full coverage foundation, because the pigment has such a high percent, if your shade looks off, you're gonna look very matte. Do you know what I mean? So this concealer is really nice. Obviously, I'd have to like maneuver this and blend it a bit, but it's probably the brightest out of all of the concealers that I showed you, and the most, is it the most full coverage? CoverGirl definitely has the different consistencies. CoverGirl is a bit more moussier, and the Jouer is a bit more liquider, but like so good. I'm actually gonna finish my under eyes using this concealer, and then I'm just gonna put some there, and there. You don't need a lot of this concealer, so it'll last you for a long time. I use so many colors in this concealer. That's the only thing. There's so many colors that I could use, which is amazing, which we just love to hear. Where's that Huda Beauty brush gone? Oh, child. So I'm actually just gonna maneuver it again and just pat, because patting will give you even more coverage. Because with this concealer, I wouldn't layer it because it's very matte. So if you have dry under eyes, I probably wouldn't suggest. Actually, no, I'm sure this has got some kind of hyaluronic acid benefits. I'm not too sure what. It's not drying, but it does go quite matte on me. It depends if your eyes are quite dry. But I'm literally just gonna bring this. Okay, so guys, this is the finished look with the Jouer concealer. Again, I've set it with like one of my favorite powders ever. But you guys will probably know what powder it is. It's a new powder, and it all will be revealed in tomorrow's video. I'm only doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Friday upload this week. So yeah. But yeah, this is the extra upload there. I feel like being a bit saucy. That's the Jouer concealer. I really like the Jouer concealer. As you can see, it really lifts the eye there. The full glam will be in tomorrow's video. So again, The first concealer, the CoverGirl concealer, super affordable. I just feel like this gives Tarte Shape Tape a run for its money, and the color, I just like that. I just love the way this blends, and it's just such a good concealer. So cheap. And then I use the Beautyblender concealer again. Not really spoken about as much. I kind of feel like this kind of just came and went, but this concealer is such a good concealer, and the Beautyblender team are the most nicest people ever. What else did I use? The Too Faced concealer, again, super accessible. You can get this every and anywhere. Look Fantastic, Cult Beauty, Selfridges, Debenhams, everywhere you can think of. I feel like this concealer is probably the most popular, like, right now. Well, everyone uses it. Such a good concealer. Pat McGrath, again, super pricey. I would definitely invest in this. This is probably one of my favorite. This is probably the first concealer that I've finished this year with the Too Faced, just because I use these so much. I actually finished a Jouer one as well. This was the last one I used, but this is the shade Rich Ginger. It actually has ginger, but Rich Ginger is definitely more of a vibe. So that's all the concealers, guys. I will link them all down below. I thought I was mentioning this in a video. When I put links down below, they are affiliate links. So if you are going to purchase a concealer or purchase anything, it would mean the world to me if you click a link, because this kind of helps the bill stay on, the light stay on, and obviously my channel running. So if you do find that you want to purchase any of these concealers or anything, normally down below are affiliate links, and a lot of people have been asking where my contacts are from. That's always in the description box. They're from Desio. They're called Cappuccino. If you use Plastic Boy, it's in the description box. You'll receive discount off the contact lenses. These last 3 months, and this is the only color I wear. I used to be obsessed with caramel brown, but obviously these are the shebang. If you are my kind of skin color, these will look amazing on you, like so good. I have these in prescription, but they do them in a normal kind of power. I thought I'd just say that because I've been getting so many questions in the comments saying where are your contacts from, guys. The description box is your best friend, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a lovely evening. Mwah.